What's going on YouTube? It's Ben, and in this video, I'm going to tell you about the lessons I learned in 2019. What's going on YouTube family? Thank you guys so much for checking out another one of my YouTube videos. If you're brand new to the channel, I talk about recruiting, entrepreneurship, business, everything in between. If that's your jam, you should definitely take 1 second and smash that red subscribe button down below. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. But let's get right into the video. So after making a post in the group Six Figure Recruiters, if you're not in there, link in description, but I kind of reflected about my 2019 and how it went and what I did right, what I did wrong, and definitely lessons learned, because I think that's one of the most important things an entrepreneur can focus on, lessons learned. So the first lesson that I learned, I would say, of 2019 is that I am so much more capable than I actually believed I was. So as far as capabilities and things like that, this comes in so many different forms and fashions. So I'm not talking just about monetarily and my earnings and funds and how much money I can make, but I'm also talking about how much I can do and how much impact I can actually make and what I can teach others and things that I know now, things that I've learned. And all of those capabilities combined are just a huge lesson learned for me in knowing that I'm so much more capable than I thought I was. And in a previous video, I actually notated that in general, entrepreneurs undervalue themselves by about 50%. And I think I've sort of reached that threshold where I've understood that I am capable of that extra 50%, and I totally am at that level where I'm not going to be undervaluing myself. Just to give you a small example of that, I started the Six Figure Recruiter class, and immediately everybody was loving it, getting results, and it's going awesome. It's still actually finishing the 6-week class that we're doing, and I filled up basically almost an entire list of the next class that's going to be coming in right after January. So that to me was a huge success, and it was really, really big for me because I've been able to take my knowledge and my capabilities and, bestow them upon other people, teach other people how to start their recruiting agencies solo and things like that. So that for me was huge, to learn that I was so much more capable than I thought I was previously. I mean, I wouldn't have even done that a year ago, but now I know that I'm capable of doing that. And so that's what's happening. And that's super exciting for me. So just knowing my capabilities, knowing what I have to offer, and knowing how valuable I am to myself and to others is a huge lesson I learned in 2019, and that would be number one. The second lesson I learned of 2019 is that you truly do control your own destiny. Now, if you guys watch the channel regularly, you know that I'm not a self-help guy. I'm not Tony Robbins, but I do know that I'm an entrepreneur, and a ton of my entrepreneurial ventures revolve around my mindset and the way I think and the way that I set my intentions and ultimately set my own destiny. And I think this is true for a lot of you guys. If you're not already there or at that space, I think that this is something for you to learn and come into as you move into 2020, because your mindset and your capacity are both connected super directly. And whatever you think is exactly what's going to come out, and you're totally dependent upon your mindset and what you believe is true for you or not. So setting your own destiny is one huge thing for me that I follow every single day, and make sure that I'm practicing certain things like, positive affirmations and meditation and other things like that, that truly set my destiny and put me on the course that I actually want to be on. 20% of life is what happens to you, but 80% of life is how you react to it. And if you're not using that 80% element to be proactive and to take action on your side before things happen to you or after things happen to you, and take action to fight back or take action to make things the way you want them to be, then you're going to lose. You're going to be left out, and you're not going to be able to, control your own destiny, because you're really letting life happen to you, not you happening to life. And you have to determine your own destiny and your own focus and what that's going to look like for you. It's all different for everyone. It's different for me than it is for you. But it's one thing that's clear: your destiny is controlled by you. And that's something that has been reinforced for me throughout 2019 for sure. And that's my second lesson of 2019. The third lesson that's come to me from 2019 is that there is always more to learn. So after starting my recruiting agency about 3 years ago, I'd say that learning fast, drinking from a fire hose, teaching others, like learning myself on the fly as I go, making money, doing everything, making it all happen, you can't help but find out that there's always more to learn. There's always somebody better than you that you can take advice from, that you can learn tips from, that you can get more knowledge from. And if you're not looking at life, or if you're not looking at your business in this particular way, then you're definitely falling short. There's always more to learn. You know, Michael Jordan can always get better, right? Like, anyone you can imagine that's at the peak of their game can always get better. And I by no means am the best of anything. And that you can always get better at your craft, what you're doing, certain ways you do it, and certain, different facets of it. And so that's one huge thing I learned in 2019, is that there's always more for you to learn. When I made my little post in Six Figure Recruiters about, driving that road, that mental road, all the way to where I am right now, it's hard. Like, it's really, really hard, doing that without a map, not knowing exactly how to get there. There are so many things that you need to learn. But once you do arrive at the destination, like where I'm at here right now, I find that there's other destinations. There's further destinations out there that other people are already at, that they've got the roadmap to, that I want to learn now. The perspective is, you have to understand that you're not ever going to be at the destination. It's always a journey, and it's a continuous journey. And as long as you treat it like that, you're going to have fun, you're going to make money, you're going to be able to do the things you want to do in business and in life, but you've got to treat it like a journey, and you have to understand that you're never going to be the absolute pinnacle best. Like, you can be at the top of your game and you can be really, really good, but ultimately you've got to learn that there's more to learn. Anybody that thinks that they've reached the top and they're the pinnacle and that they have nothing else to learn, they're going to be left behind. Because eventually, once you've reached a certain peak and once you're there, if you do not innovate, or if you do not learn, or if you do not add on to your skill set, you're going to be left behind. And that's just how it goes in life, in business, and in everything. Because you have to continually evolve. You have to continually create more. And that's one huge lesson from 2019 that I've learned and continuing to learn as I go forward in my entrepreneur journey. So that's lesson number 3 I've learned from 2019. So those are my lessons. I'm sure you have your own lessons from 2019 that you've learned in business. I'd love to see them in the comments down below. So shoot me all of your lessons learned from 2019 in the comments. I'd love to read them and hear about them, so that I can learn from you and find out what you're learning and all of that, or maybe what you do need to learn or something like that. So that's it for today, guys. If you did enjoy this video, if you found it at all helpful, smash that like button if you would. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And I vlog every single day, so I will definitely catch you guys tomorrow. Take care.